But you got something for us in injuries. I'm gonna
I
let you take that away.
do.
I'm gonna take a quick
I
one.
do. So Puka Nakua, PCL, I believe. He is on the IR. So if you have an IR spot, be sure to move Puka there and then bump up Demarcus Robinson or I believe, yeah, Demarcus Robinson. And I feel like the rookie, they got a rookie there as well. So you might highlight him. But again, when you go on the IR, that means they at least have to sit out the next 4 weeks. Um, Jordan Love has a sprained MCL, but will not be placed on IR. So they're really taking it day by day, but they just can't afford because they have, like I told you, that Malik Willis will be starting. They did explore bringing in Ryan Tannehill, but they were like, no. So I guess they realized that maybe Jordan Love's injury isn't as bad as they once thought. So therefore, there's no reason to bring in another quarterback. I mean, I'm just saying, Joe Flacco's out there somewhere floating around. Might as well bring him in for a couple games. Jake Ferguson sprained his MCL. This is MCL. This segment's brought to you by the MCL and not ACL,
Oh,
thankfully. Knock on wood. But yeah, Jake Ferguson sprained his MCL. He's doubtful for Sunday. Again, another week to week. If y'all didn't see, CMC did not play today for a calf slash Achilles. He might not play next week. In the way that Mason was running the ball tonight, I doubt he will. I believe it
yeah.
was Mason. Mason, right? Did I get that right? Get that stat all right? Uh,
I don't know. I'm still
I
trying
get
to
his
think of
last.
MCL, like
But
the
anyway,
mild chili league. Is that what it
yeah,
is?
yeah.
It's like a chili cook-off for people that can't take spice.
Motor City League. It's
Motor
all
City.
Harley Davidsons. And then Roma Dunze,
Mm-hmm.
also with the MCL sprain, he's week to week. Malik Neighbors is not injured, but Dable did say that Daniel Jones is going to be the starter. So there you go. He's pretty much injured anyway. And then David Njoku suffered a high ankle sprain. Those are tough to get back from. So for the people that drafted Njoku, put in,
Mm-hmm.
if you're a fab league, you're probably going to want to get Isaiah Likely in this regard with the David Njoku thing. Um, Kenneth Walker says he's good. He had abdominal pain. Okay. And then for
Yeah.
anyone, and then the sleeper app was also on the injured list because if anyone that had Jake Ferguson, David Njoku, Kenneth Walker, there was an error and you had about 12,000 notifications on your phone. I have Jake Ferguson. The son of a bitch wouldn't stop. And then I realized
Yeah.
that happened for Kenneth Walker and David Njoku. If you don't believe me, just go on Twitter and type in Jake Ferguson or David Njoku or Kenneth Walker, and you'll see like all the notifications that for some reason were just getting spammed by the sleeper app. So there's a couple of little funny nuggets in there, but the main thing is no one is put on the IR except for Puka Nakua, which he was dealing with it in the off season
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't take much to re-aggravate it. So they're probably going to take their time, depending on how the season goes after 4 weeks. So
Yeah.
the Steelers kicker, punter, is out for the rest of the year, which doesn't have any effect on anyone. But I just remember that off the top of my head.
Yeah. I was
And
gonna say, don't say the kicker, man, because Boswell.
yeah, Boswell.
He was in the top 10 score wise for a
Yeah,
little bit, man.
yeah, it was.
I think he got 26 points. Like,
Yeah, he kicked
yeah.
what 5, 6 field goals, something like that. He
Mm-hmm.
he was
Yeah.
the only he was the only one that scored for the Steelers. So
Yeah.
people are like, "Oh, Justin Fields, pick him up for what?"
Yeah. I think
Uh,
someone put him on the trade block in one of our leagues. It's like,
well, he
okay.
kept because the guy kept talking to me like
Mm-hmm.
he's like, "Are you sure you want him?" I was like, "He can't score. At least Bryce Young found the end zone running it."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, he's a better quarterback than Bryce Young, but I already traded a first round. I'm gonna give the world to Justin Fields, and then Russell Wilson's gonna take over for him. I
Yeah.
just can't do it.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm
And
not
if
doing
it's
that."
if it's not them, then it's gonna be another part of that carousel.
Right. So
Um, but yeah. I mean, Puka Nakua, man, that's
yeah,
heartbreaking.
that's a tough
I mean, I don't have him in any of my teams, but I mean, that is second round draft pick probably in a lot of
second or
people's
third.
leagues.
Yeah,
And
we almost got him
yeah,
for a shit ton of money in our
hmm? Oh
dynasty, but I
man,
couldn't click it fast enough. And we only got, but then we ended up getting like
yeah.
Chris Olave, and he might as well have been on the injured list.
Oh my
So
God, I want to put him on the injured list. I want to put
Dalton
who else?
Kincaid,
Dalton Kincaid, and who was
Bijan
the
and
other
Brees
guy?
were fine.
Who was the other guy you said?
Yeah, just Dalton and Chris Olave.
Yeah. No, there was a third one that didn't do shit for me. But hey,
Oh,
luckily it didn't do shit for a lot of people,
yeah.
right? And with that, I mean, it's just because, like you said earlier, like low production. Offenses are kind of starting off in first gear. They're not really clicking on high cylinders. I mean, some teams are the ones that are really breaking out. It was off of basically like two plays. Like it wasn't like they were consistently taking the top off. It was just like a few breakout plays that really kind of inflated that. Because as a whole, the season, or not the season, but the week, was very light passing yards wise, right? So
Mm-hmm.